Good afternoon. This is Lindsay. It's January 17th, 2022. And so I've taken a long sabbatical from making these videos because just because I felt like I didn't feel like making any more videos about targeted individuals, about gang stalking, about harassment, about illegal surveillance, about narcissistic abuse, and all of these things that are connected to gang stalking or being a victim of this bullshit. So I thought, what the fuck? I'll go ahead and make a video because why not? I've had some really bizarre things happen to me lately. And I guess it just goes to show that when you're a targeted individual, you really never know who your real friends are, and you never really know who to trust. And then it seems that what happens with a lot of targets is that you meet somebody. There's something that there's some kind of a mutual attraction with that person initially, right? And then that all of a sudden they find out. You tell them a little bit about, well, I'm I'm a targeted individual, and I've been a victim of gang stalking and government surveillance and this kind of thing. And then all of a sudden, they start to do the devaluation thing. You'll see what happens with when people don't understand this thing, or whenever they don't want to accept that it exists, or maybe they are actually a perp themselves, an agent of some kind. You're going to find that, that they act like they're very interested in you, and they kind of love bomb you in a way with like compliments and things like this, and then basically telling you certain things that are like kind of leading you on in a way, like making you feel really good about yourself, or this, that, and the other, and you think to yourself, oh, maybe there's some potential in that relationship, a future with that person. And then all of a sudden, as I said, you tell them about the gang stalking and targeted individuals, and maybe you share some kind of some information or a YouTube video about it with them, and the next thing you know, they just go cold. They stop talking to you, they ignore you, they give you the silent treatment, they ghost you. They just stop talking to you. All of a sudden, it's like things were going well. You thought y'all were doing okay, and y'all were getting to know each other. You went out on a couple of dates with that person, and then you see them again, and they just ignore you. They just completely are cold towards you, and it's like, what the fuck? You're asking yourself, what did I do? What happened? And it's just like, it's very strange because a couple days before they were telling you that, it's just like a switch got flipped. And it's very bizarre. And I guess it's kind of funny. I'm saying all this with a smile on my face because I recently went through something like this, and I'm still kind of like flabbergasted that all of a sudden that person just like doesn't, is ignoring, went cold. So, it's really weird, and it's like it makes you think that, oh, is it because you expose who they really are? Is that person a liar? Are they working for the government? Are they a perp? You can't help but ask yourself these kinds of questions that indeed make you look a little bit paranoid, okay? And yeah, paranoia, skepticism, and things like this are all part of the whole agenda when you're targeted. Like I said, you're fucking constantly questioning everything. You analyze every situation. You're always like thoughts running in your mind, and it of which, because of all this crap that happens when you're targeted, it's pretty much impossible to have any kind of a relationship. And then it's like you have to resort to dating online. You go on these dating sites and you meet people on dating sites and you go out on dates with these people, but that's always bizarre too. So you may as well just realize that you're gonna have, most of you, if you're a real targeted person, like me, if you've been through all the mental health evaluations like I have, if you've been through, you know, the gang stalking, being labeled, being all this, that, and the other, blacklisted, you are never going to have it easy as far as anything, as far as having a job, as far as having a relationship. You're going to have to work overtime for these kinds of things that other people seem to just have easily. And I'm not saying that everybody has it easy, but I'm saying that most of us in the targeted individual community have to like really fucking work overtime, and you feel like you have to constantly like prove yourself. You feel like, you're always being scrutinized. And it's unfair because like it doesn't seem to matter what you do, it's never good enough. These people make you feel like you're not adequate. And I guess I'm just talking and kind of going off on a rant because I'm not going to go into all the details about what happened with me recently. It's too humiliating. It's too, a little bit not really kind of embarrassing, but more humiliating and a little bit disheartening. So I'm not going to go into all those details. But I did, speaking of which, recently, I did go out on a date thing, like a casual date, and had a drink like a couple weeks last week with this dude who I met online, who had contacted me on the dating site, who was a former NSA military retired, a pretty young man, only in his early 50s, but he's already retired with the military, the Army, and was working with the NSA here in San Antonio. And this guy, I should know better than to get involved with, nothing happened. We were just friends, but I'm just saying, it's always like, with me, it seems to be a pattern of the kinds of men that I attract are always usually like military or government or whatever, these high level military or government agent types. And I'm like, not again, not again, not again. Because for me, it's like, I just can't, I know a lot and these people know a lot, but I sometimes just can't deal with all that kind of pressure because I feel like I'm even being more scrutinized or, what I'm saying, it's just kind of strange. But, I'm still going to the gym and trying to take care of myself, but I've been under a lot of stress lately, and feeling a little bit overwhelmed because things are confusing, and haven't wanted to make any videos because it's like it's all repetitive. As you see, a lot of the stuff that I talk about is very like repetitive, and I talk about narcissism, and because I feel like I attract narcissists as well as military, if anybody at all. Those are the kinds of men who tend to like come into my life, and it's like, why is that happening to me? How can I break away from the narcissistic men out there, which are fucking everywhere, and the military? But then again, I don't mind. I guess it's the military, okay, fine, but the narcissist guys, I can't really, I don't know what to say about that. So yeah, that's really all I have to say right now. I don't really have anything else to talk about. So yeah, I'm still being targeted. I'm still getting gang stalking. I'm still getting all that same crap, like directed conversation, shit like that happens to me still. It's still going on. It hasn't just disappeared and gone away, unfortunately. So that's all for today.